Hi. Welcome in, everyone. This is going to be, I just want to do something from the get-go. I just want to let everyone know this is going to be a lot different than normal content that I make here. But I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and I've been thinking about, like just spending a little bit of time with my community. Letting you guys ask some questions, and me talking about some things like future of the channel, and that sort of thing. Yeah, just getting to know me a little bit better, and I can get to know you a little bit better as well. For anyone who may not know, my name is Praytect. I'm a VTuber here on Twitch. Hi. I'm a streamer. I'm a variety streamer, and yeah, I'm an aspiring VTuber here on Twitch and on the platform and in my community. So yeah, I know this may be a little bit different than the normal content that I normally do. So I hope that's okay for everyone. I'm just looking to get into a little bit more. I don't know if I'd say the word like serious content or being more intentional about things. Um, when it comes to like interacting with my community, and that sort of thing. So if this is not what you're into, don't feel like you need to stay for it. This will be a longer video than I normally do. I'm gonna try to also do it in like one take as well. So if I mess some things up, please forgive me if I struggle to gather my thoughts together, or that sort of thing. That's what it's gonna be. So yeah, with that being said, let me start the Q&A. I really appreciate the people who took the time on the Discord to go ahead and ask me some questions. I appreciate that feedback, and I will do my best to answer those questions for you. Metal Octavia says, how do you balance between being authentic with maintaining your VTuber persona? Thankfully, I can say that my VTuber persona and my real life personality are actually very similar. I'm actually a very easygoing person. I like to make easygoing content. I like to be, to the best of my ability, open and transparent with everyone. So a lot of the things that you see here on the stream is really just me. It's really not that different than, I know some people have like really extreme personalities or whatever, based upon what kind of content they want to make or whatever. But I can thankfully say for myself, like, I really don't have to worry about all that much. I just, am who I am. So yeah. Metal Octavia also asks, how far do you want to go in the VTubing industry? That's a great question. I don't know. The reality is, like any content creator, I want to grow, right? I want to see my community grow. I would like to see, growth simply for the sake that, like, my goal has always been as a VTuber or an entertainer. I don't know exactly like how you would want to say that. I want to have a community that I can grow with, so that in return, that through different varying, like, let's say at some point I receive sponsorships or something like that, right? I want to give back to my community, like everyone who has been so kind to me, everyone who has believed in me, everyone who supported me. I want to give back. It's as simple as that. I want to do things like giveaways. I want to do things through sponsorships. I want to just like turn around and bless my community as well. They've been so kind and so supportive. I think that would be the idea for me. Like, so my idea of growth is just to turn around so that I can bless others in return. Her next question is, what are your top 3 memorable moments on stream? A good question. There's actually been so many of them. I'd say, okay, number 1, obviously, the most memorable moment on stream. For me, not in any particular order, I would say. I would have to say that me getting affiliate was a big deal, obviously. That allows us to do things like monetize the channel, which is great. That helps me out with some expenses because, streaming is expensive. It's a big investment, and it's an expensive hobby. And I'm more than happy to do that, because like I don't well, I don't want to get ahead of myself because that's actually one of the questions, but yes, there is a lot of expense in streaming. And so, becoming an affiliate was great because that's helped to offset a lot of the costs for streaming. Probably my second most memorable moment, uh, probably I would have to say was when I met Finn. What you see here on the stream as me, as a VTuber, is entirely Finn. For anyone who doesn't know, Finn is an artist, an incredibly talented artist, super sweet streamer, and an incredibly talented rigger. So look at me. I would not exist if it wasn't for Finn and her hard work. So, yeah, absolutely. I think meeting Finn, getting a message from her and her coming alongside, and just putting that faith and trust in me and saying, hey, I want to bless you with a VTuber, genuinely life changing. And I owe so much to her, and I'm so incredibly thankful for her. Probably my third favorite moment in streaming. I think I had an aha moment when I was streaming one day, and it just put such a smile on my face. That smile was like, and continues to grow exponentially every single time I see people meeting with other people in the community, having moments where they game together, and just seeing people like it's great if people want to come and hang out, right, and spend time with me, because I love spending time with you guys and I love talking with you guys. But I think the better moment for me, I kind of had the aha moment, was when I saw people come into the chat and they were talking with each other or making like moments to like play other games together. That's when I feel like I succeeded as a streamer, because now we had a community of people, who are not just like, here for like whatever small entertainment value or whatever it is that I can offer, but they genuinely were making connections with other people, and that's yeah. I think that was my big aha moment. Taya's other question is, do cucumbers have flavor? Yes, they taste like cucumbers. Now you know. Rock asks, what was your first thought when you heard a stream notification? Most likely, if I get a stream notification when I'm streaming, it's probably because either A, someone's sending me a meme when I'm on stream, or B, it's Rock sending me more gifts. And by that, I mean games. And I'm so far behind. Again, this is an example of I feel very blessed by people here in in our community that continue to like help me out by giving me games, because that allows me to have content, and I'm very thankful. So thank you very much for that. The Blask asks, how much money do I make from streaming? That's a great question. I think there's a lot of streamers out there who would be hesitant to answer something like that, and for different varying reasons, right? Because I think there's a lot of streamers out there who make exceptional amounts of money. But the reality is most streamers either don't hardly make any money at all, or, I think the vast majority of streamers just don't make a whole lot of money. To give you an answer, and I know because probably most people just want to know, like what does the average small streamer make, right? Or, whatever. It varies. I can definitely say I feel very blessed and very thankful, because even a stream of my size allows me to make enough. I know this is probably because people want like an answer, like they want to say like, Prey, like how much in dollars do you make? I will say, in the entire time since I've been affiliate, most likely every single month I make at least over the minimum amount of money that allows me to continue to pay for things like emotes and other things like that. For anyone who doesn't know, you have to make at least $100 as a minimum on Twitch to qualify for being paid, and it varies between every month. I can definitely say, due to some extremely kind donations, probably the most amount of money I've ever made in a month streaming was around I think I want to say like $400 or maybe $500, and the lowest amount that I've made is maybe like $50 or so. So if that kind of gives you any idea or indication, you know, about like what a streamer of my size makes, I hope that's helpful. The Black also asks, how many bodies can you fit in a trunk? What? Anyway, I wouldn't know anything about that. Alright, moving on. Val asks, does Preytect exist without a beanie? Yes. Preytect, in fact, does exist without a beanie, or a hoodie, or maybe it's what he's asking for. Ta-da! Look at my luscious hair. Ah, it's so fluffy. But no, in reality, what he's actually asking is, does the real-life Preytect, like, stream without a beanie? The answer is no. I have sensitive ears, and I like to wear a beanie that covers over my. I like to wear a slouch beanie that covers my ears when I'm streaming. That way, it's just more comfortable for me. Val also asks, does Preytect prefer copper or steel armor? Steel. Just no question. The only advantage that copper armor has over steel is that copper doesn't rust. That's about it. He also asks, how many Preytects does it take to change a light bulb, considering he lives in a time without them? Fair enough. In that case, probably I don't know, because clearly light bulbs do not exist yet. Oil Bun. Oh, I'm shrinking myself down here. Sorry, I'm trying to scroll down here a little bit. Oil Bun asks, if I could take a vacation anywhere, where would I go? Probably Japan. If I had to take a vacation anywhere in real life, I assume that's what you mean. Most likely Japan. Japan is like a dream destination. I love the people, I love the culture, I love the food, and it looks great. It just looks like a lot of fun. Geagle asks, if you could keep one item for any video game IRL for the rest of your life, with infinite durability and no maintenance, what would it be? That's a great question. There's so many things to go with. Honestly, if we're going with something that has like video game logic, I think it would be awesome to have a health pack that you could use to like heal yourself and heal other people with. I think that would be an amazing item. Here are now some questions that I found interesting that I would like to read and go over for you guys as well. If your username determined your superpowers, what would it be? I mean, obviously my name is Preytect. Like, my whole thing is about being safe, keeping people safe, and making sure that, you know, people don't worry about anything. Yeah, so I imagine most likely my superpower would probably be the ability to keep people safe. What is my most embarrassing gaming moment? Oh gosh, you could literally tune into like basically any stream and get the answer to that. It seems like every single stream I have an embarrassing moment. What is probably my most embarrassing moment? I'll never tell. I'll never tell. I don't want to relive it. Okay. What is my guilty pleasure video game that I'm a little embarrassed to admit that I love? My guilty pleasure video game is probably Rust, and the only reason why that's my guilty pleasure is because it's a really toxic game, but it's just one of those games that I can play with my friends that I just really enjoy. So, like, I don't know if I would say it's like a guilty pleasure, because I feel like a guilty pleasure is something like you don't necessarily talk about, but like, it's not a game I'm gonna stream, obviously, because of the kind of content that I like to make, but I really do enjoy Rust. Do I prefer single player or multiplayer games? For the most part, I've been playing a lot of single player games. I would like to branch out and do some like collaboration games, or you know, if I could find some games you know, that I could play with my community that wouldn't be like too disruptive or whatever, I'd be down for that as well. But for the most part, I've been like really focusing on single player games for the most of the time I'm streaming. What game am I currently playing the most? It kind of rotates because like I have a schedule when I'm obviously not sick, so whatever's just on the schedule is really what I play. What is the hardest game that I've ever played? Get so close right now. Celeste. Celeste is easily the most frustrating, most challenging video game I've ever played. It's also one of the video games that I've played that took about 17 hours or so in one playthrough. Still didn't beat it. Had to go back and pick it up at a later time. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. How do I feel about DLCs and microtransactions? So that's a complicated question. I like DLCs as long as they're not overpriced and as long as they have good value to them, really. Microtransactions are, oh gosh, I could sit here for like 30 minutes and just talk about that. Typically, I don't like microtransactions. If microtransactions add good value, I'm all for it. As long as they're done in a way that do not give you like a competitive advantage over people who like can't afford to pay for them. I like to keep things, especially in multiplayer games, like on the level, you know? Like I want people to be able to you know, have the same experience whether they're paying or not. Yeah. Do I use any mods or custom content in my games? Absolutely. I'm a huge advocate of mods. I think mods genuinely are some of the primary reasons to be a PC gamer. It gives you a much better experience, in my opinion, than some of the default content that some video games add, whether it's fixing bugs or whether it's, you know, just adding just customization to a game that, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a game, and it's like, if you're not having fun in a certain aspect of how the default files of a game work, you should be able to change it. So yeah, huge love and huge shout outs to modders who like work so hard and so diligently to give us a great experience. So thank you very much, modders. This segment is called Twitch Engagement and Preferences. Who are my top 3 favorite Twitch streamers? Currently, my top three streamers are in no particular order. Who am I enjoying currently? So it's hard to say because I like lots of different streamers for lots of different reasons. I think everyone like has like lots of like talent and value like on the things that like they're interested in. So I would say the top 3 that I'm watching right now that I enjoy is probably Pirate Software. If you've ever seen any of his YouTube shorts, I feel like as a content creator, he's like the Uncle Iroh of content creators on the platform. Like, he just has so much wisdom, and it's such a great place to learn, not just as like a streamer, but as a person. He just has a lot of interesting stories and a lot of, you know, just great content. So yeah, I really enjoy Pirate Software. Obviously, I enjoy watching Finn as well. You know, Finn's incredible. I've been watching her for like a little over a year now. I've been sick the past month or so, so I haven't been able to, especially the past week, watch her nearly as much as I would like to. But yeah, she's great. She's always makes me laugh. I love seeing the fact that she's like gotten partner not too long ago. I believe it was on May the 1st. So if you're not checking her out, check her out. It's Fennryn, Fennryn at Twitch. And yeah, she's a hoot. And another VTuber that I really enjoy watching as well is Large Nap. She's another awesome content creator here on Twitch, and yeah, she's just great. I love her energy, I love her community, and it's a real vibe hanging out with her. So yeah. What is the oddest compliment that I've received while streaming? I don't know, that's a good question. I think someone said one time that my voice was turning them on or something like that, which was like, what? Oh no. Oh no, what did I hit? Oh, I hit something so bad. Oh gosh, there's scuff. Okay, I think I fixed it. Oh no. Okay, we're fixed. Sorry about that. I'm trying to do this in one recording, so no editing. So we just deal with it. If I could swap places with a streamer for a day, who would I choose and what would you do? Oh man, that would be, I don't know. I mean, I think it would be fun to be like switch out with like a really big streamer for the day, only just because of the challenge that would be. But I feel like I would be overwhelmed if like for example, if you asked me like one day to just like host the, not necessarily like the community, but the amount of people that like a much bigger streamer has, like say Asmongold or something like that. I don't know how I would be able to, because like streaming is a skill set, right? And streaming at different levels requires different kinds of skill sets. So being able to like handle like, you know, tens of thousands of people all at once, I don't think I would definitely be like qualified to do something like that. But it would be interesting to do it for a day just to see what it's like. Let's see. Do I engage in Twitch chats or am I more of a lurker? I'm a little bit of both. I guess it depends on like how well I know the streamer or like how much time that I've spent in the community. The more I spend in a community, the more chatty I am. But yeah, the opposite's true. Like if I'm just like checking out a channel, I like to lurk for a bit, just to kind of get an idea for how things are. So yeah. Let's see. What is my favorite part about the Twitch community? I like the variety. I love seeing how there's everyone in, you know, under the sun who has like their own ideas and concepts and content. I think the sheer variety is staggering and is awesome. Yeah. Am I a fan of IRL streams and do I primarily stick to gaming content? A little of both, honestly. I don't have a strong opinion either way. Like I don't just stick for gaming or for IRL. Like I like to see people who are just mostly gamers do some IRL content. It kind of changes things up and I think that's great. What is my stance on stream sniping? I think some stream snipers obviously are super toxic, but I think some of them can be funny and can add some like funny moments for stream sniping. But generally I would say most people stream snipe with the intention of being disruptive or harmful, so I'm gonna have to say I'm against it. How do I feel about Twitch ads? Oh gosh, here we go. So Twitch ads are necessary. Twitch is a business, and Twitch, for the most part, I think a lot of people don't understand, loses money, right? On the whole. A lot of people don't know that, like, hosting streams costs a lot of bandwidth, and bandwidth is expensive. And Twitch is a business, and has employees and, you know, has obligations, you know, to help, you know, make sure that, you know, their bills are paid. Me, personally, I am not currently, like, in a position where Twitch is like my primary income source. So I do turn off my Twitch ads simply because I want to make sure that the people who cannot afford to subscribe on my channel receive as equal of a viewing experience as people who can afford to pay on the channel. Yeah, because I don't think there should be, I try to do my best to make sure that there is like an equal footing between people who are, like, again, are in a position to be able to support me, which I'm super thankful for, and people who don't. So I turn off my ads personally. So yeah. How important is stream quality to my viewing experience? Obviously, as a viewer, you want a good viewing experience, but I also know that there are people with certain budgetary concerns that can't afford, you know, to do so, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I think at the end of the day, you know, like for example, there are a lot of people who are PNG tubers, right, and they can't afford a VTuber. And I think there are some people out there in the VTubing community who look down on people who are PNG tubers if they can't afford a VTuber. I think that's super cringe. I don't like that at all. I know as someone who still, even to this day, uses a PNG tuber. If it wasn't for Finn, I would still be a PNG tuber. And PNG tubers, in my opinion, are VTubers. Like content is content. Anyone who wants to, you know, discriminate based upon like what someone is broadcasting at, or what content, or well, excuse me, not what content, but what hardware they're using, or that sort of thing. Like, I think that's cringe. I don't think that that's fair if someone doesn't have as high of a budget or production value as other people. So I don't know. I don't think you should discriminate is what it comes down to. So yeah. Am I a fan of collaboration streams where multiple streamers play together? Yeah, absolutely. I like to see people that vibe well and just have a good time with other streamers. I've done a couple collaboration streams. I would like to do more in the future. Yeah, I think collaboration streams for the most part are great. I think the only thing I don't like about collaboration streams, honestly, is probably when people are like, they just don't vibe well. I kind of think, like, streamers, before you decide to do a collaboration, you should take some time to spend some time with that person just to see if your personalities clash or whatever, yeah, that's about it. So have I ever had an in-game joke that became a meme? Yes, I have. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know, for anyone who may be new to the VTubing scene, every VTuber is bald, right? Like, when you make it, it's just, it's bald at some point. And someone along the way made a joke, and it's like, praise bald, and it's kept up ever since. So, yeah. Hang on one second. I'm gonna grab a slurp real quick. All right. This section is personal hobbies and interests. Apart from gaming, what are some of my favorite hobbies? What are some of my hobbies? I have a lot of different hobbies, but mostly they revolve around gaming. I would say right now streaming is my hobby. It's like my primary hobby. So yeah, streaming and VTubing is definitely like probably my number one hobby that I do right now. Do I collect anything? If so, what? That's a great question. I have lots of things that I collect, but as of probably the last 10 years or so, I've really started to adopt the minimalist lifestyle, and I've really started to cut out a lot of things out of my life that I don't need anymore. So I'm kind of trying to cut down on things that I collect. If I went over the number of things that I own or have now, it would take me way longer to go into it. But yeah, I'm really kind of cutting down on stuff. How do I typically relax or unwind after a long day? Shower beer. Shower beer. If you have a really long bad day, get yourself a shower beer. And if people are like, what's a shower beer? Just take a hot shower and bring a cold beer in there with you. Enough said. Do I enjoy any outdoor activities or sports? Yeah, I do like going outside, and I do touch grass from time to time. Mostly me going outside nowadays involves me doing yard care or that sort of thing. I did enjoy shooting for a while. Competitive shooting was a lot of fun. I still enjoy that when I have the time. In terms of sports, I'd probably say my favorite game to play would probably be like racquetball. Racquetball or soccer was always really a real vibe and a lot of fun. So yeah. This next section is called Tech and Gear. Do I have any gear or tech recommendations for streaming? I would say this: do not buy cheap tech. You will end up regretting it. Whether it comes to any kind of peripherals or hardware or anything like that. Yeah, do not go cheap is what I would just recommend. Obviously don't blow your budget, but the cheaper that you like buy something early on thinking that you're gonna save money, it's gonna break and end up like costing you more money in the long run. So buy what you can afford, obviously, but don't cheap out on your tech. What software would I use for streaming or for recording gameplay? Oh my gosh, being a VTuber is very complicated. I use, in no particular order, I use VBridger, and VBridger handles a lot of like my mouth tracking and eye tracking and lots of different like just basically everything that makes my VTuber work. And then VBridger hooks into VTube Studio. VTube Studio hooks into OBS. And then I also have a Twitch integrated throwing system, and I also have Mixitup as well. Am I forgetting anything? I can't remember. There's a lot of bells and whistles behind the scene. Oh, and of course I have my iPhone camera that I use for tracking, and it has a program as well. So, yeah, that's a thing. Oh gosh. Sounds like there's a thunderstorm coming along. I hope that doesn't cause any problems. Let's see. What graphics card am I currently rocking in my PC? I'm currently using a 3070. And it's crazy that I'm gonna have to try and upgrade that as soon as I can. I would love to get a 4080 as an upgrade. Simply because running a VTuber and streaming and encoding is like very hard on my computer, and actually causes a lot of lag when I actually have like everything going, and it causes like a lot of problems. So I'm kind of like trying to save up my money right now, and it's a little hard because I don't make a whole lot of money streaming, but I would like to get a 4080. So Bill Gates, please. Anyway, yeah. But hey, seriously though, if there's anyone who's out there has a 4080 laying around that you don't need, hit me up. Let's see. What was the next question? I've lost my place. Oh, do I use any RGB lighting or aesthetic customizations to my setup? I do. I hate normally RGB. Like I don't like normal RGB. I think it's obnoxious. Yeah, I just don't like it at all. I usually like turn it off if it comes on any of my peripherals. With the one exception is around the edge of my actual desk itself. I have a soft white glow lighting that I use as kind of kind of like I'm a big fan of like indirect lighting. So yeah, I use that. Next question is food and beverages. What is my go-to snack during a gaming session? I would say anything that's crunchy. I'm a huge fan of crunchy foods. Crunchy foods are just a real vibe, and yeah, they make me happy. Am I a team coffee, tea, or energy drink when gaming? I'm team Dr. Pepper. That's about it. Dr. Pepper, but as I've been sick for the past month, I've mostly been drinking water. So, yeah. What is my ultimate comfort food? Oh gosh, there are so many comfort foods. I don't know if you guys are hearing that. There's a huge thunderstorm coming in. Wow. Wow, okay, sorry. Yep, one take. That's how it is. Probably my favorite comfort food is probably shepherd's pie. I think shepherd's pie is really good. Do I enjoy spicy foods? What is the spiciest thing I've ever eaten? I do not enjoy spicy food. I do not enjoy spicy food at all. Like, I don't understand, like, the whole appeal of, like, eating something that, like, really burns your mouth. The hottest thing I've ever eaten, though, I think I had some peanuts that were dusted with, that Carolina Reaper dust one time. That was a huge mistake. It made my mouth burn for like 40 minutes. Yeah, so I won't be doing that again. Have I ever had a food-related mishap while streaming? I don't think so. I've dropped some food on my shirt before, but I think that's, yeah, I think that's about it. Next section is random fun and icebreakers. If you could have any superpower for a day, what would it be? Oh, only one day? Probably telekinesis. I think that's my favorite superpower in general. I think that just is a lot of fun. Mostly because it's like a convenient superpower. Like, you can kind of also do everything with it. You can fly, you can move things. Yeah, it's great. I honestly, if I'm being real, I would use telekinesis and go to the mall and just mess with people. I would just like, yeah, I would just mess with people. If you could live in any video game world, where would you choose? Probably Skyrim. Skyrim seems like probably just like a place that I wouldn't mind living for like a long time. If you were a video game boss, what would your theme song be? Oh gosh. I don't know what the name of the song is, but I can hear it in my head. I think it's the One Wing Angel theme from Final Fantasy VII when you meet Sephiroth for the first time. Ah, that's such a great song. I think that's the name of it. I don't know. I'll have to Google it after this. Let's see. If I could have any animal, real or mythical, as a pet, what would I choose? I know for a fact what I would choose. I would choose a chipmunk. And I know people are like, why would you have a chipmunk? Because they're adorable. I've always seen chipmunks from like afar, and I'm always like amazed when I see like the YouTube videos of people like, making friends with them and, give them little things to eat, and they just like fill up their cheeks, and I don't know, that's super cute. Do you have a ridiculous or funny prediction for the next big trend in gaming? I think AI is going to be implemented into future games. Like some version of like ChatGPT, I believe, is probably going to be implemented. Also, I kind of think at some point, like, you already have some VTubers who are like AI driven as it is. So I think you're just going to see more and more implementations of AI being implemented, is my guess. So yeah. Which video game's character's wardrobe would you love to have? Or which game character's wardrobe? I don't know. That's a good question. There's so many to choose from. That's hard. I'd probably say I mean, I'm not necessarily like a game character, but I feel like my outfit here that I have for my VTuber like is pretty comfy. I don't know if I would like want to lounge around per se in the actual armor itself. But the hoodie and everything else is great. So I'd probably wear, honestly, what my VTuber is wearing. Okay, and then this last section here is feedback and suggestions. What kind of content would you like to see more of on this channel? These are questions that I'm just gonna ask for people who, anyone who's watching and gotten to this part. Yeah, these are just questions for you. So let me know, and that would help me to improve the channel, and I appreciate it. So yeah, what kind of content would you like to see more of on this channel? And how can I improve the overall viewer experience for you? What do you think sets this channel apart from others? And what is your opinion on the current stream schedule? I know I've heard some people say like, based upon different time zones or whatever. So that is definitely something I am considering changing at some point in the future. Also, questions such as, how do you feel about the channel's current chat rules and moderation? How do you feel about the current channel graphics, emotes, and overlays? Please be nice. It took so long to do. It took so long to do. Oh my gosh. There were several days I like to think that they're nice, but my goodness, there were days I was putting in like 12-hour days. It was crazy. How can the channel better cater to both new and regular viewers? And would you enjoy a collaboration stream with other creators? And if so, who would you like to see me create content with in the future? And finally, how can I do better? I have the Discord for a reason. I always want people to know that, like, if I don't get right back to you right away on the Discord, um, yeah, that's just because I'm a human being and I got things going on, but I would love to hear from you. So if there's anything that you think that I can do better, or if there's anything that you, like I said, you know, before, like if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, definitely let me know. Because you know, like I said, I do this for everyone here, and I want to make sure that everyone has the best experience that you can. And yeah, I just want to say I am super thankful for everyone who has taken the time to you know, support me, whether it's just hanging out in chat, or if it's you know, like I said, like any kind of financial contributions. I really appreciate the people who you know, have really helped me behind the scenes as well. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you to you know, to anyone who's just DM'd me on Discord and send me a kind word or word of encouragement. I seriously, I really appreciate that. That is super kind of you. Yeah, I think that is about it. In terms of the Q&A. I don't want this, oh my gosh, it's already going on for 40 minutes. So yeah, if you have any comments or questions or concerns for me, let me know on the Discord. If you like what I'm doing here, and I know for people on here on YouTube, this may be a little weird. I know not necessarily everyone's going to want to sit down and watch some VTuber, you know, do this sort of thing for 40 minutes. But if you did make it all the way to the end, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Other than that, yeah, thanks for taking the time for watching, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.